I think that Quentin Tarantino's description of the film is probably the best known description for Unbreakable out there.
What if Superman was here on Earth and didn't know he was Superman? Which is what the film is about. Of course, you don't know that until you see the movie. Anyway, Unbreakable is, I actually think, one of the masterpieces of our time.
What's really fascinating about this film... Oh, by the way, this is also my favorite trailer for Unbreakable.
Are you ready for the truth? I believe comic book heroes walk the earth. I believe you're one of those individuals.
I'm just an ordinary man.
No, you're not. Why do you keep saying that?
It's hard for many to believe there are extraordinary things inside themselves.
Don't worry. I won't tell anyone.
It's alright to be afraid, David. Because this part won't be like a comic book. Bad is winning. It's time for someone like you.
Unbreakable.
I bet my dad could beat up your dad.
Yeah, that's definitely my favorite trailer for Unbreakable. When I was a kid, I saw this trailer like after the fact, like after seeing the film for the first time. When I was a kid, I seriously watched this trailer. I've probably seen this trailer like a few thousand times. It's literally like one of my favorite trailers, like all time. The main theme song for this film, Visions, and I mean the whole score is the whole soundtrack, the whhole score is a 10 out of 10. But that song is literally, to this day, one of the coolest, goosebumps-inducing songs, just one of the most haunting songs I've literally ever heard. There's just something so ethereal and viscerally inspiring. There's just something so inspiring about that track. And it's it's so good. Oh, I could eat it up. It's so good. And, you know, when Unbreakable came out, like, what was really interesting is that, like, it wasn't really obvious what the fuck the movie was about. Like, when Unbreakable came out, it was just like, what's happening? Like, like the trailers are very confusing. There's something, I guess, special about Bruce Willis, and maybe he has, like, supernatural connection. The marketing campaign was extremely confusing. Unbreakable, simply put, is the best live-action superhero origin story I have ever seen in cinema. It is the epitome of less is more. It is astounding how when this movie ends, you're just like, oh my god, that was a superhero movie. You know what I mean? Like it's so amazing because it really kind of plays like this very quiet but emotionally intense family drama. You know, it doesn't really make itself obvious that it's a superhero film because, you know, there's no explosions, you know, there's no sex, there's no blood or gore, there's certainly no spandex or people looking like they're dressed from The Matrix. There's no characters like shooting like energy beams from their hands, you know what I mean? Like, it does like what most other superhero films do. Unbreakable does like the complete opposite. You know, there's no giant action set pieces. There's no CGI. There's no CGI, okay? It's all practical effects, and it's just such an astounding achievement for the superhero genre, for cinema, specifically for cinema. I mean, maybe one day I'll do like because to do a spoiler-filled review would almost require like a 1-hour review for me to touch on like every aspect that I love. But the film is shot with exceptional scenes done in one take. For example, the opening sequence to this film was just done in one take, and I think it takes place like, I think the opening sequence to the film takes place, I think, in the 70s or the 60s. That scene is just so masterfully done, you know, and like, you know, even though like the movie's been on for just like a couple minutes, you know, maybe 3 minutes or something like that, it's astounding how emotionally invested you get in the story just from like the first 2 to 3 minutes alone, you know. Another thing that's so incredible about this film is that these sequences that are shot in one take, which are all over the place in this movie, I don't know, it makes you appreciate the filmmaking much more, you know? And it really makes you appreciate these actors so much more. Everything about this movie, from the acting, all the technical aspects, the cinematography, the music, this movie is quite literally just a slam dunk. And it's just like, very much so like Watchmen, it's just such a original and bold take on the superhero genre. And it's a superhero film that is not only a 10 out of 10, but it's also a superhero film that completely does not have any CGI. And that is just a remarkable achievement. I mean, especially when you look at like something like the MCU that just completely overuses CGI. So, but yeah, anyways, I completely adore Unbreakable. It's just it's just such a home run of a movie. It's just such a masterpiece. I love Unbreakable. One of my favorite films of all time.